All right, it looks like we're live. We're here tonight to talk about the topic, how to survive summer football practice. We've got a giveaway tonight. It's going to probably be the best giveaway we've done thus far on this on these live streams we've done over the summer. So this is going to be the best one we've done so far. I can definitely promise a good result from this giveaway. It's going to be a pretty good box goodies, and I'm not going to delay too much time with telling you what it is, just because I want you guys to know what the giveaway is first and foremost. I think that's kind of the important thing that I want you guys to see is what we're giving away. So I want to go ahead and just kind of explain the rules of this giveaway, because it's going to work just a little bit different than it ever has. You still have to answer the poll question, which tonight's poll question is, what is your goal for this football season? So I want to hear your goal for your football season, whether that's individual or team goals. A team goal could be, make it to the playoffs, win a conference championship. Personal goals, I'll take any of your goals tonight. So that's what's going to get you into this, I guess, prize giveaway. Now, this is what I'm going to say about the giveaway. I've wanted to do this type of giveaway for a long time. And what this is something that I had an idea of way back in college. And this is an idea that's been going through my head for a long time. And it's something that's not out there. And it's the fact that, all right, subscription boxes. They're all over. You can get a subscription box for anything. But you can't get a subscription box for football. You can't get a sports subscription box. And so that's kind of what this is. It is a football subscription box. And what is going to happen tonight? And I've got 8 viewers in here so far because I know this is going to be good. Please share this video, because this is an idea that I've had. The giveaway tonight is a 2-month free subscription of 2 football care packages, 2 football subscription boxes. Now, how this works is I will send you, whoever wins tonight, it'll take me a couple days, probably. I'm going to give it a week or so. I'm going to send out your care package, and it'll probably arrive in kind of late August. And then you'll get another one in late September. So there's going to be 2. You'll actually win 2 things tonight. 2 months subscription of this. Now, this is something that I've wanted to create this is something I've wanted to do for a while. And I just want to get this out there. And basically, you're going to get a box kind of like this. It's just going to have all your stuff in it. The first one, let me just go ahead and tell you what I've already put in it so far. And it is going to be sort of a specific one, because I can't tailor it to every single player out there, but I'm going to try to make the best effort I can. I know we're having some trouble right here seeing the live stream. I'm going to try to turn it down maybe just a little bit, limit my bandwidth just a little bit. Hopefully that helped out some of you guys. All right, so the 2 things that are in this box so far, and here's what the box looks like. Because I couldn't really use this, and it was for my the girdle, basically, that I got for the picks for a tight budget. Winner tonight will receive the Nike Hyper Strong 7-pack girdle, retailing at a lot of money. So that'll be one part of it. Here's the next one. You get you some Nike dry fit bicep bands. I don't have these with me, but you'll get some. You'll get a couple of Gatorade fuel bars, some whey protein bars. I'll make sure to make sure nobody's allergic, because I'm actually allergic to some of that stuff. So make sure we clear out with that. And then you'll have a few more secret items that will show up in this box. So that's the giveaway. So let's kind of talk about your football season goals. I'm going to go through your guys' comments right here and see what we got. So let's see. All right, so we've got several people in here so far. I'm going to go ahead and read your guys' poll question results. Trayvon Davis, his goal is winning state. Winning state is definitely a pretty crazy task if you can get that far. Debut Yee, I'm not sure how to say your name, but he says 10 quarterback sacks. That's a pretty good goal. I actually had a kid last year get 6 sacks in one game, and that was pretty awesome. I was jacked for him. He hadn't had a sack all season and he got 6 in one game. So I was getting pretty crazy on the sideline for that kid. Greg Lewis, my goal is to lead my team to a great undefeated season and win a state title. That is another great goal. So state titles are definitely, if you've got the caliber of players to send to go to a state championship, it's a pretty heck of a team. Personally, my goal would be for my team this year is for us to make the playoffs. Of course, everybody's goal is to win it all, but I try to be realistic and set a realistic goal for the team that we can accomplish, at least make it to the playoffs. Quarterback HD, what is up? Okay, my goal is to have at least a 500 record and score a touchdown. Okay, it's a very good, acceptable, a team goal and a personal goal wrapped up in one there. That's a good one. Okay, Quarterback HD. Go watch his videos. He's got a lot of good stuff out. All right, one of my favorite YouTubers to watch right now. It's Quarterback HD. So good shout out to him. If you're not watching his stuff, you should be. He's got over 10,000 subscribers. He's making a good impact here on this YouTube community that we have of football reviewers. And just go watch his stuff if you don't already. He posts a lot of good content. Greg Lewis, already got you in here. He boys says my goal is to break a high school record. That is definitely one that can be achieved if it's a reachable goal, depending on what kind of records there are within your state. Okay, and I'm writing all your guys' names down here. I know we had some problems. Hopefully everybody's Abe Flores, 10 sacks. Okay, got him down for that as our 6th person entered. Remember, you guys, you've got to answer the poll question to get into the giveaway for the 2 months of football subscription boxes that you'll get. So you'll get one at the end of the winner will get one at the end of this month and the one at the end of September. Okay. Abe Flores got his down. Taft 3K. Football season goal is 542 yards and 14 touchdowns. That's a pretty specific goal as far as getting a certain number of touchdowns. Corey Savage, All-Star team. Definitely one that I would have loved to have played on an All-Star team. I never got a chance to. A lot of times you have to get selected by your coaches among the coaches in your league. So I'm sure I was nominated, but probably didn't receive enough votes back in the day. Fargo the GOAT, my goal is to make the varsity mid-season. Okay, that's a good one. Making the varsity team is a definitely one that some players strive for. My team is actually small enough. We have varsity and junior varsity, but we don't. We have enough players that we have some of our younger players play junior varsity. We're actually a pretty young team this year. We've got a lot of experienced guys. But we just don't have very many players. We've got 14 people in here. We can give away something else if we get 30 30 viewers in here at any time, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on the 14 viewers. So thank you guys so much. Remember, you need to get your what we're giving away tonight is a 2-month subscription to my own subscription box. You will get a subscription box full of nice football gear, like protein bars, stuff to get you through the football season, all in one box. And tonight we're giving away a Nike Hyper Strong padded girdle. Now, it is a size medium. I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of that. It is only a size medium. That's all I have. That's all I can give away. It's a size adult medium. So if you were to win this and you didn't have the right size, you can maybe sell it or give it to somebody that needs it. But I'll make sure to also include a few extra items in there. With your second one, you'll get in the next month. It'll just be kind of what you get. If this kind of comes into, a big deal, I'll probably put one of these on eBay, one of these subscription boxes. So maybe you guys, I know that somebody won't know on eBay what it is, but you can just go buy it. I might put one out of there. Kerry Savage got his goal down. Foo Killer. My goal is to get 5 pick sixes. That's a pretty crazy goal, but if you can achieve that, that's awesome. I would love my kids to at least get 1 this year, so I can sprint down the sideline and go crazy. I'm from Germany. If I win, can you send me the package? If you're in Germany, it usually costs me extra money to send stuff out of the country. I've only sent something out of the 48 states once, and we're to Hawaii, which is still part of the United States, but it also cost me about $20 extra to send it. So it is one of those things. We'll just see. Lineman HD. What do you coach? I coach the offensive line, and I'm a defensive coordinator for a junior high and senior high team. That is what I coach. Nick Rogers, hey, can I have some tips on recovery? Are you specifically talking about, like recovery from injury, recovery from practice? We still haven't really got into my topic, which I'm going to stop here in just a minute. Once you guys once I get a few more of these names down here, I'm going to go ahead and get them down. We're going to get these last names down. I'm going to start on my kind of my thing here. All right, I'm going to stop here with Kevin. Let's see. There's Ricardo. My goal is to at least get 3 interceptions. That's a pretty good goal there. I got Nick Rogers' goal down. 10 sacks, 30 tackles, and bench over 500. That's a pretty hefty goal for 500 pounds. Raven Jones, lead the league in forced fumbles. That's an interesting one. Okay. And Marcus Miller, my goal is to at least get 10 sacks, 25 tackles, and 400 bench. All righty. If you guys have any other, team goals, I always like to hear those, but I'm pretty much, whatever you guys want to comment. Yeah, Lyman. I saw Lyman HD. Somebody's copying you. Oh man, I love that. Like, I don't know how you could copy my channel, unless there was like a Mrs. Football, which would just be my girlfriend. But I don't know. That'd be funny. All right, so I got Marcus Miller is the last one I got down. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my topic, which was kind of the, how to survive summer football practice was kind of what I was talking about tonight. Once I kind of get through talking about my rants on all this, we'll go ahead and give away the my plan for this is for me to go over, some of these tips. And if you think you have any tips of your own, go ahead and share them. For how to survive summer football practice. If you've been doing it for a long time, you're a veteran at it, if you're a senior or junior, whatever, you've been doing summer practice for a while. I mean, I've been doing it ever since I was a player and 4 years as a coach. So that's kind of where I get it, just kind of how to survive the grind of football season, because I'm in it right now. But like I said, we're going to talk through that. We're going to talk through my topic tonight, how to survive summer football practice. Any questions that you have gear-wise we can talk about maybe after, but I'm going to probably give away – we're at 18 viewers right now. Now, guys that are just jumping in here, make sure you leave a comment, okay, on this live stream, okay? And the poll question, you've got to answer the poll question. Tonight the poll question is, what is your football goal for this season? It can be a team goal. It can be a personal goal. That's kind of what we need. And we are giving away a 2-month subscription of my football care package. Okay, so you have 2 months of football care packages, 19 viewers. If we can get to 30 viewers, that has been the goal all summer long for us, is to get to 30 viewers at any time. We're at 19 right now. 20, here we go. So 10 more viewers. Share this on your Twitters and Facebooks and all that, okay? Share this, and we're going to give away something else tonight if we can get to 30 viewers. So here we go. 2-month subscription is on the line for somebody tonight. Let's talk about my summer football practice, kind of the thing here with that. Okay, here we go. So I've been doing summer practice for a long time as a player and a coach now, and probably the biggest thing that is the struggle with going into summer practices is the danger of heat illness striking any player, even coaches. And it's one of those things that we're all trained on, to prevent. And it's one of those things where if you're not conditioned well going into summer practices, there's a reason why it's hard. Coaches push players to be conditioned for the likelihood of how the football season goes, because football season is a grind. There's going to be times where you're going to be hurting and pain, and, it's going to come down to games. Games are on the line early on, late in the season, and it all starts in the summer. I had a video series out probably 5 years ago that was just on this topic. And it's way back in my UA reviews days, but kind of the main tips that you want to do going in. And I know we're probably already, we're all football players in here right now. I'm a football coach. We're in the grind right now of football season. Like, it's crazy. There's more preventative measures out there, now for surviving. A lot of teams now, doing the conditioning over team workouts during the summer. It's not one of those things where, you can just show up and be ready to play. Like, you're going to have to be conditioned. You're going to have to do things a little bit above and beyond what you're asked to do in order to become a great player on the field, off the field. I will say from personal experience, I didn't really understand conditioning until I was a varsity football player. I always would try to work out in the summer, but I really committed whenever I figured out that, hey, I was going to go play college football. I was going to, do something with this. I was going to be a team player. I was going to impact my team as an offensive lineman and a defensive tackle. I wanted to get better in the summer. So every opportunity that I had to run, every opportunity that the weight room is open, I was in there. I even, I wasn't a skill player, and I did all the 7-on-7 stuff with all the backs and receivers and quarterbacks. Like, I was the center, and I went out there and played a little linebacker just to kind of cross-train. I would have never played linebacker, back then. But that was what I was, it was fun. I wanted to be a part the grind and getting to that season. And my senior year was the funnest year of football I had. Even when you take it to the next level going to college, like your conditioning to prepare for a college football season is even greater. You know, the grind that it takes to even go play at even a higher level, you know, your conditioning increases so much. So that's kind of the tips on surviving. Now, I really need to get into tips on surviving. Like I said, you've got to be conditioned. You have to be ready to hit the weights. If you haven't hit the weights in a while, you're going to be sore. And the thing with like conditioning is all the equipment that you, and we, as coaches, and there's rules why, you know, you don't start day one of practice in full gear. You get, I guess the word would be, a climate, like I'm trying to think of conditioned. You're trying to get conditioned for each new thing that you put on. So you start out, you put a helmet on and you do 2 days of practice in a helmet. And then you do about 3 days in helmet, shoulder pad, shorts, because our team today, we just finished our third day of half pads. So when we come back Monday, we're in full gear. And then we kind of back off, and then we'll go full gear again and just kind of recondition our players to be wearing full gear. And then it kind of goes into the season. So it's a gradual increase of equipment, conditioning, all this kind of goes together. And it just makes, you know, it's what football is all about. It's just, you know, you can't just jump in there day one, strap on the gear and go. Like, that's just, you know, you have to get acclimatized, I guess was the word I was kind of looking for, to the weather, to the amount of gear that you're wearing. I always just thought back to, you know, you always hear from like people that serve in the military, like how much gear that they put on. Like, you know, whether they're going through boot camp or whatever, you know, they'll start off and, you know, just wearing fatigues, but then they're putting like the backpacks on with all the gear. And like, there was like a guy I remember listening to, like he, you know, he had like 100 pounds extra that he wore on top of his body weight just serving in the military. So you got to think, even those guys have to get like conditioned to what they're doing. So all this kind of goes into, you know, just other physical tolls that you put on your body, whether you serve in the military or not. But that's just kind of, I'm kind of getting off the point here. Kind of surviving, you know, surviving football practice in the summer. Another part is just kind of the grind of, you know, trying to earn a position, earn a spot, you know, trying to get in the limelight a little bit for your coaches. You know, just in this week, I've seen, you know, players gradually getting better just from, you know, day one. And we always seem to have a setback about day 3 once we put shoulder pads on, because all that gear, you know, it kind of makes us think a little more. You know, kids are thinking, well, I've got all this gear on, and then we start, you know, missing assignments or we look slow. And, you know, all this is just kind of building up to it. And it's a slow process. Sometimes as coaches, we want it to go a lot faster because we want the results to be faster for our players. But in all honesty, like, that's just, you know, it's what it is. So maybe you guys are getting this from a coach's standpoint. My tips as a player for surviving, you know, you got to try to earn a spot in the summer. You can't miss those summer days. Like, it's just not something you want to do. Do not miss a summer practice. If all possible, you know, just don't do it. There are circumstances that come up. Just make sure you inform your coaches of what's going on. Like, crap, I had to miss football practice today. I had stuff going on. So it's just more important than being out there on the football field for that morning. So, so there are instances that come up plenty of times throughout the football season that happen, you know, but those install days, learning the plays, learning, you know, new players that you have, like, all that goes into everything that goes on with this. So let's see what some of your questions are, because I see a lot of stuff on here. So how early are we starting? I'm curious to know how early you guys are starting or how late. We start at 7 in the morning, and next week, a couple days in a row, we'll be starting at 6:30, I believe. for us teachers having to. Let's see. Some of you guys have definitely started a lot. So I've already started already. 6:30. Yeah. I'm not used to starting that early. At the previous school I was at, we always started at 8. And then we were, we kind of going to a new school this year. We bumped that practice, which I like. That was something I like, is starting a little bit early. 2-a-days. I don't know if many schools are still doing 2-a-days, but that's kind of where they've actually kind of eliminated 2-a-days in the state of Arkansas a little bit. I think you can still do it, but you kind of have to. Yeah, I don't know. It's. I don't understand the 2-a-day rule, to be honest. I'm a coach. I don't get it. Like, you can do it, but basically you would have to only basically practice on the field for an hour, then get off the field and maybe do weights, film, whatever, and then you'd come back later, like you said. So 2-a-days are still kind of one of those things. There are teams out there that do football camps. Like, I always just, like, you can go out there and, like, go search on YouTube, just go look at Hell Week from Dick's Sporting Goods, and they featured like a few teams a couple of years ago that were like, they took those kids off to like a team. They just took their kids off to like some resort, like just out in the middle of nowhere where there's just like campgrounds, and they just did football. And that was all they did. And there are a lot of teams I know that do that. So that's kind of the thing there. Let's see. I'm going to kind of go through a lot of your guys' questions. Craig Lewis says, I got a scrimmage tomorrow. Okay, that's awesome. We have a scrimmage in, let's see, how many days? Oh, that's scary. We got it at 16 days, less like 2 weeks. So we'll have our first scrimmage in about 2 weeks. Are my shoulder pads too big if my helmet hits them when I turn my head depending on what position you play. Like, I'm just trying to think, if you turn your head, possibly. What it basically boils down to is the pads are sitting too high on your shoulders. So if there's like a smaller set you could go down, then lower the shoulder pads just a little bit. Lyman HD says, my goal is to get a scholarship from any college. A scholarship is a good one to look for. Just a scholarship in general is definitely a good one. The old Lyman HD. I saw, hey, we're 23 viewers. It just went down to 22, but 23 was just in here. So we're 7 or 8 away from giving away something else tonight. Long Snapper HD. I actually knew some guy that posted his long snapper videos on YouTube. So there is someone out there doing long snapper stuff. I'm actually kind of responsible for the long snappers this year. So shout out to Quarterbacks HD. You might have some competition with long snapper HD in the future. Greg Lewis, I've been in full pads since last Monday. Yeah, that's definitely. I'm ready for full pads. I'm ready just to kind of increase the tempo a little bit in full pads defensively. I like to, fly around. We're working on the tackling right now. Marcus Miller, last 2 weeks, just been in shells. Quarterback HD, what position did you play when you played? Probably my first year ever playing football as a tight end. And then I was basically a lineman all throughout high school. I played offensive tackle mostly, just I swapped between left and right tackle. When I went to college, well, through high school, we were a small team, and I went both ways. I was a defensive tackle In the defense we were in defensive tackle, but really it's a defensive end if you draw it up that way, whatever. It's defensive lineman was my spot. That was what I specialized in. I love playing defensive line. It's probably my favorite position to ever play. And about halfway through my senior year, like defensive line play just like got easy, and I was just eating people up, and it was fun. And then it's what eventually led to me going playing at college was how it was playing for defensive line, and that's what I specialized in at college. I was a defensive end mostly. I had a few times where I lined up at D tackle, but that was really about it. But defensive end was a lot of fun in college because you line up as like we were playing either a 5 or a 9 position, and it was just fun to rush the quarterback, and it was a lot of fun. I love that. We've got 25 viewers in here. Just seen. We're bouncing around, so 5 more, and we can give away something else tonight. Marcus Miller says, honestly, you should already be conditioned by summer if you worked in the off season. That is very true. What goes on, what kind of breaks down from once football season ends, and if you were a true football player, you don't play basketball or baseball, and if you're in a program that has a weight room, you start, your first phase is usually, building, your strength right there at the beginning, after football season ends, and that kind of takes you into Christmas, going into, later on. And then once you get to, kind of the spring, you're working in your speed phase. You're starting to do a lot more football workouts, and then going into spring football, you're getting back into it. So yes, you should be conditioned throughout, your off season going into summer. And that's what makes summer easy. Like I never played any other sports other than just football. So I was always, it never really affected me too bad. I've never thrown up on a football field. Just because I couldn't handle it. It was just, it's tough. Like, yeah, like I'm not going to say like it's the easiest thing and I could handle it. Like, it's tough. Like there were times that I was just like, man, sometimes you just can't prepare enough. Sometimes it still just gets you. It's a lot of times it's just the heat. The heat's what gets you, because sometimes you just can't always simulate that August heat. And sometimes it's different. And, I'm sure it's different for people that live up north and play football rather than somebody that like plays, say, in like the heat of Texas. All right. So we've hit 30 viewers. So that's awesome. That is a goal for this. Live stream. I'm very excited for this. Make sure you guys, I know we've probably got a lot of viewers in here, but thank you guys so much for us getting this milestone. We are about to give away something else here. We had 31 was kind of where we topped out. Make sure you subscribe. Guys, I've got a ton of videos coming out. I'm not really trying to, let football season control a lot what comes out. I want to try to still post as often as I can, just depending on what all happens. So I've got a lot of good videos coming out. I'm kind of working on them. All right, I dropped my pen. If you guys have any more questions for me as far as the I'm kind of done talking about the how to survive summer football practice. We're going to give away 2 things tonight. Excuse me. But we're going to start with the and everybody's entered in both giveaways. So don't think that you're not entered in both if you don't, so don't worry about how this will work. What I'm going to do is give away the 2-month subscription to the football subscription box, the 2 months. You'll get one in at the end of August here, and you'll get one at the end of September. So a 2-month little period there of nice football gear. Wanted to show you what I'm giving away tonight, and that is, if you've seen one of my latest videos on this, this was the one of the things from my top picks for a tight budget little pickup I did. This was a padded girdle that I found at Ross that was at a very good price, off basically 70% off the actual tag price, which back when this came out, it was $120, and I got it for way a lot cheaper. But It's a size medium. It'll be given away tonight as part of our giveaway, as well as a few extra other items that'll be thrown in, as well as you'll get some bicep bands I'll throw in there. So 2 Nike products. You'll have, I'll throw in some whey protein bars from Gatorade, a couple other, maybe a coupon for East Bay if I've got a couple left. I'm not sure how many I have left. We'll try to see. Long hashtag long snappers are people too. They are. I've been working about 4 long snappers right now. I'm not telling y'all where I live. That's just all there is to it. Yeah, not answering that question. You can say I'm wearing the Arkansas shirt, but does that mean I live in Arkansas? I don't know. You don't know. Anyway, I don't care. Like I said, any questions for me as far as this? We will kind of talk about Tommy Bond. Favorite football drill. My favorite football drill, and this one is more of a technical drill for defensive linemen, but it's one of the ones that I want to say, I'm not going to say I came up with it, but I've been to a lot of college practices, and I've watched college players perform. I've watched a lot of drill tape on, things that college defensive linemen are doing, because I specifically specialize coaching defensive line. It's basically the position I've coached the longest defensively. But my favorite drill defensive line wise, and I could probably rattle off every drill I like by position because I've coached every position nearly. But for defensive line, my favorite drill is we get the chute, the chute that, offensive line fires out of. We jump in there. And I've done this at 2 different schools, but we had like a smaller chute at the last school. And now we've got this huge, it was like a $3,000 chute we bought, but it actually rotates down where it's kind of, you can lower it and raise it. Anyway, it's a big chute. We can stick we can basically stick 6 lines in there, players. But I really just sticking 3 defensive linemen in there. They have a center, or they have basically an offensive player behind them, or in front of them. They're, standing they're just standing there with their hands on their knees, hands on their thighs, whatever. They're just standing there, and I'm in the back of the line, and I'm giving a direction here or here. And what they do is on the snap of the ball, and my other assistant coach I have coaching the D line, he snaps the ball on a stick to give them like a reaction, and then they fire out, get their eyes on the guy, and they read the hip, because we track near hip. As defensive linemen, we read the near player towards us. So if I'm playing a defensive end and I'm lined up over the tackle, I would be reading his near hip. So that's where we kind of make them, get used to reading things. And it was one of the best drills I saw. I think I saw Alabama do it, Alabama Crimson Tide, and that's kind of where I got that drill from. I like watching a lot of Alabama defensive linemen. I think they're some of the best in the nation, honestly. Alexander Aon, can I have your battle back plate? I've already given that battle back plate away. It was one of the first giveaways I've done since my probably 5-month hiatus, where I was no longer to be found and was in the world of coaching softball. Okay. Your shirt is backwards. Yeah, probably. Because like the webcam's probably, like somebody said, it's mirrored. How to win a starting spot. I actually have a video on this, so I'd definitely go recommend on going and watching that video. What I wanted to say about the girdle, make sure you guys know it is an adult medium. It is sized adult medium. There's nothing, wrong with this thing. It's all intact. 7-pad girdle. So let's give this thing away. I'm going to go through and make sure I got everybody's name. So give me just about give me just a second here. Isaiah Ingram. Somebody stole my first Nike girl. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I'm very sorry. Maybe you can win this so you can get you another girdle. I'm of the opinion you got to have like 2 or 3 girdles. That's what I did in college. I had a couple. Trayvon Davis. I live in Alabama. It's been really hot here, I'm sure. We've actually been kind of lucky. It's not been bad. We've had a lot of cloud cover. It rained one day. It really hasn't been bad. We haven't really had. There'll be a few days next week we have to go in the evening, which will probably be kind of hot, but it'll be all right. Tommy Baum, what is your ideal football weather to play in? I say 55 degrees and overcast. I don't know about. I'd say that'd be comfortable. Like sometimes it's hot and it sucks because it's just like you're sweating everywhere and it's crazy. But yeah, that's kind of it's not fun. But definitely playing that would be playing in 55 degrees and overcast. Like that'd be nice. That would feel good. The end is where it's at. That is true. I'm going back through some of your guys' comments to make sure I got everybody. I think I got everybody. All right, so let's do this thing. So we are giving away 36 viewers. That's awesome. 37. Let's go. Let's get more people in this. Guys, we're giving away a 2-month subscription to my football box. Okay, you're going to get a couple items in this, a couple secret items. Devin Sled, he's probably the last one that's getting in here. Make sure you've answered the poll question because I'm about to give this thing away. I'm about to give this thing away, about to pick a random number. I've been numbering all you guys' names here, your YouTube names. Best TV show ever. Yeah, we got 37 people in here. Something crazy. We've had a lot of good viewers, and and total view time is at 12 hours. So that means that like everybody has like contributed 12 hours of watching this. So like that's freaking awesome. 32 viewers. That's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the chase. Giving away a random to someone random here is a 2-month subscription to the football box. You'll get it sent out in about here in a few weeks. It'll probably arrive at your house in the late. It'll probably be, I'm going to say by next week, I'll have it shipped out just because this first one's ready. And it'll take me a month to get the next one ready. So I guess where we go from here as far as other goals would be to get to, probably to 50 viewers. At some point it might get a little crazy in this comment section down here, but you guys are always welcome to leave your comments. Once we kind of get everybody in here, may have to get a moderator, which could just be my girlfriend, but yeah, woo. She's in there on the computer. Okay. All right. I'm done with that. Here we go. We are going to pick a random number between 1 and 22. There are 22 people that have entered the giveaway. right now. And if you do not win this one, which has been the best, which has been the one we're giving away for, and we're going to cut it off right there at 24, and that's it. 24 is the last one. Okay, I'm giving this thing away. My handwriting slowly got worse as you guys started commenting more, which isn't bad, but it's just better for me to write it out than type all of it. All right, so random number, 1 through 24. And I've wrote everybody's number on here. Not 245, geez. Okay. I'm going to probably type the number in here because that's just, or not type the number. Y'all won't know the number, but I mean, the winning number was 5. So number 5. Yeah, we're not naming. Yeah, you can't just say random numbers. Like what I basically did was write all I wrote 1 through 24. I just kind of numbered them as everybody answered the question. And so we've got the winner here selected. Once I get his name down here, and I'm going to type his name in. I'm typing his name in right now. And just because this person wins, we still got one more to give away because we reached 30 subscribers, or excuse me, we reached 30 viewers in here tonight. We are still giving away something else. So don't leave here because there's going to be somebody else win. So here's the winner. He Boy Skays was our winner. He Boy Skays needs to get in touch with me on Instagram. Find me on Instagram if you don't already. That is the giveaway winner, He Boy Skays. He's our winner. He needs to get in touch with me on Instagram at Mr. Football Coach. We're giving away something else here as well. So let's go ahead and give away that one as well. I've got to take his name off here because he can't win 2 in a row. All right. So here we go. Let's give away the second thing. This also comes back from the, something that was, also featured in our video a couple days ago that I posted with the top picks for a tight budget. Episode 2 was the Super Bad gloves. They're also size medium. We'll be giving away these tonight. So this was a pretty cool find for the top picks for a tight budget skill player video that we did. So this is the next thing that we are giving away. So that's kind of where we're at. I kind of want to see real quick to see where we ended up on our, because it slowly kind of went down. We're at 23 viewers, which is crazy that we've got that many in here, but we had 35. I showed 37 at one point. So we're going to go with that as our record. And I'd say the next goal that we're going to try and beat would be 40. I don't necessarily think we'll get 40 the rest of, because I'm going to be wrapping it up here eventually. If you guys got any questions for me, equipment-wise, you can go ahead and leave them down, and I'll answer them kind of with the last probably 10 minutes of this live stream. I have no idea how long we've been going for. But we will, it looks like, we'll get to that. One thing I wanted to mention, just because Instagram just notified me about some stuff, I posted you guys have probably already seen. I've seen all these comments on, or not all the comments, but all the likes that y'all give me on Instagram, which is great. I just want to thank you guys for all that. But I posted all the, you've probably seen, but like all the gear photos that I did, like for top 5 gear items for quarterbacks. I did quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, and tight ends. I'm waiting to do linemen because I wanted to find like a knee brace. I had to probably go up to our football field and find one at the field house, but I just don't have like a true lineman knee brace or whatever. But that'd be something we'll eventually. But I'm doing a video on each one of these things, and I started filming the receiver one, and the receiver one will be the one I probably try to work on tonight a little bit before my camera died. Let's give away these gloves. All right. Let's give them away. Let's go back to my random number generator and pick a new number here. Here we go. Our next number is 8. I'm going to post his name down in the comment section and then announce the name. And these are also size medium. So be very aware that these are size medium. That's all we have. So, let me see. Here we go. Here's his name. He just asked a pretty good question. Terry Savage, you are our winner of the Nike Superbad 4 football gloves. Congratulations. You're our next winner. So make sure you get in touch with me on Instagram, Mr. Football Coach on Instagram. Get in touch with me so we can get your details, get that shipped out to you. So we've had a pretty good night. Give away 2 things, 2-month subscription to the care package. We'll have more of this. So, because you guys are definitely helping my channel grow, and this is one of the fun things that I love to do is do these live streams. If y'all have any questions, all right. So Carrie Savage, he had a pretty good question. What's the best way for a defensive back to take on a pulling lineman? So we're talking about a lineman that's pulling out on like a toss play. Personally, for what you're trying to do, that lineman, just knowing blocking schemes, that lineman is trying to kick you out of the play. He's trying to, get you pushed off to the sideline. Being that if you are a defensive back, if you're a corner, you want to keep your outside leverage, because in most defenses, the corner is the last guy towards the sideline and the rest of the field down the way. So if you can, try to press that offensive tackle, the lineman that's pulling out there, to try to kick you out, and just try to, because his goal is to try to fight to you to the inside and try to kick you out. So the whole point is like to try to keep your leverage to the outside. That's what I would say. There's probably other ways you could do it, but just as a defensive back, sometimes that happens. I know I'm going to have my lineman pulling this year and kicking out, strong safeties and corners flying down. So that'll be one thing we see. So we gave away 2 things tonight, and that was the best we've done for a while. Let's hear your knowledge on the D line. I've got a lot of it. I've coached it for 4 years. Let's see. Equipment-wise, Isaiah Ingram, review and giveaway Adidas Iron Skin 5-pad girdle. I have looked at the Iron Skin 5-pad girdle. I looked into it a little bit. There was a guy I watched. I had a pretty good review on it. His name was Sports FS. I don't know if he's watching tonight, but yeah, I liked his review of it. So definitely go check out his review and just tell him that I sent y'all or whatever. But it's Sports FS. He had a pretty good review, I believe, on that girdle. I don't know if we'll necessarily give it away, but we'll just see. I like how you guys are definitely very supportive to the people that win. Y'all aren't like pissed off or mad or nothing, so that's great. I love that you guys support each other in that. You know, it's literally random. Like I wrote all of your guys' names down on there on this notepad, so it's random. I go on here and pick a random number. Tommy Bond, when is the next chat? I've got one planned for next Saturday. Normally I do these on Saturday, but I decided to do it tonight. We've been going for almost an hour, and I'm going to try to be cutting it off here in the next few minutes. But barring anything that comes up next weekend, it's one of the last weekends I have free before football season really kicks into gear with school starting. But we're going to try to stick to Saturdays. I just wanted to do it Friday because I wanted to do it Friday tonight just because I had stuff going on tomorrow that was going to make it kind of difficult to try to do the live stream. So it's better to do it tonight. We had a great viewing, so who knows? We might change it to Friday, but we won't always have Friday to do it because I'll be doing football games. Your vids are the greatest. Thank you. Here we go. King Goat. Need advice for being a small kid playing fullback and linebacker, medium speed, about 120 pounds. Some advice. With that, you got to bring all your weight. The best thing that I've seen kids that have been even smaller than your size, and I've put them at fullback and running back. But the thing with playing that position is you have to bring everything you've got full speed. You can't, tiptoe into the hole as a fullback. You got to go. Like, if you're going to bring 120 pounds, you better be bringing 120 pounds at full speed. Or if you're coming downhill to tackle a running back or take on a fullback as a linebacker, it's the same mentality. Bring all of what you have to the table. Like, follow your keys, read your guards or your backs or whatever you're taught how to read as a linebacker, and just go 100 miles an hour. Go fast. Like, I've seen kids play effective being smaller. Like, and if you can build on that speed just by playing hard, playing fast. Like, you don't have to, blow people away with your 40 time. Like, you can play football fast. And that's kind of the way, I told a kid, like, he was commenting like he's slow. And I was like, you're not slow. You just have to take great angles, and you have to just go as hard as you can at the direction you're going. If you miss, you miss. Play, football goes on, but bring everything you got, basically, is what I would suggest. I live for your videos. Well, I hope you have something more. Don't sit here and just view my stuff all the time. Like, go branch out. I don't always post all the time, but I try. King Go, be a hitter. That's right. Just go waylay people. I mean, have you ever heard of Rocky Robertson? He was on the D line. The name doesn't ring a bell, but maybe. I don't know. I need your videos. Never quit YouTube. I mean, I don't know how long I'll be doing this, but I enjoy doing it. I have taken years off on here before. Like, I mean, there was a time for probably 2 years I didn't post, but that was just because I was busy with football. I need a mouthpiece for wide receiver or quarterback. What should I use? I would use the Battle Mouth Guard, maybe. Would be a good choice. I've got these over here that I'm waiting to do reviews on. But the Battle Mouth Guard's a good one. And the Predator Mouth Guard series, I like those. Those are two good ones to have. So, yeah, I've got the videos coming out. we got the videos coming out for the top 5 basically gear items for each position. So I'm going to come out with one. Probably it'll be for receivers first, and then there will be one for basically every position on the football field. I'm literally going to go into defensive players too. Like this is probably the cool thing that I'm really excited about doing video wise. And so I hope, and I've also got the best face mask videos that are, I don't think I'm going to get to all positions because I kind of paired them up into 5 series, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do linemen for a while just because I don't have many options, but definitely I can do quarterbacks, and receivers will probably be the next ones that we'll see. That'll be kind of where we're looking at as far as that goes. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm going to take a few more questions, and I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I know you guys. Are you having any internet troubles? No? Okay. I may stay on here just a little longer. Do you need a computer or anything? No. All right. I'm having fun with this. So, any questions y'all have, I'll. Carrie Savage, why are the node tackles becoming more of a role player instead of a sacker like the nose tackles? I was like, node. I was like, what? I'm confused. Why are nose tackles become more of a role player instead of a sacker? Well, what I think of as a nose player in most defensive systems, the nose is the guy that plays either head up on the center or as a shade, either a one tech or whatever. You know, he's just shaded on the shoulder of the nose. His responsibility is to control a gap. So that guy usually can be a pretty versatile player. He doesn't have to be the most athletic guy. He can be the most athletic guy and shoot a gap. Like I've played around with different like nose guards, but truly an interior defensive lineman, a tackle or a nose, is usually a guy that's strong, can hold that gap. That guy doesn't have to be a straight killer for a quarterback. Like that guy's got to be able to plug the hole up, mess with the center, cause problems with the offensive line and like the pocket. Like that guy should be collapsing the pocket like from the midpoint of attack. Like once you go and attack off the line, like you're basically, when I teach my nose players, because I play them in the shade, and what I teach them is whatever side you're on, if you're pass rushing and you're making contact, you'd be making contact with that center. And you're firing off, you're exploding it. If he's blocking you, you're extending your arms, trying to rip off and get in that A gap. And that's my role. That's what I want my nose player to do. So that if that guy gets a sack, it's awesome. Like, and I've had that guy, cause a lot of disruptions. But this guy is, that guy is a true, like, just gap player. Now the tackle and ends, those guys will be, fighting for, they'll be fighting to get to the quarterback. But personally, as a defensive line coach, I want those guys plugging their gaps. I want them in their pass rush lanes, and I want them collapsing the pocket and containing the quarterback inside. Whether if he has to run up, I'd rather the quarterback, have to go through the pocket than escape out to where we don't have as many players out there. Like I feel more comfortable with the quarterback escaping up the middle and possibly getting drugged down by like an ankle tackle, and then my linebackers being right there to close in on him. EM Chislow, you know a lot about football. I coach football. It's basically everything. It's basically what I do. Football guru. I wouldn't say I'm a football guru. I do a lot of studying football plays. I study, like schemes. I know a lot. I've coached every facet of the football game. I've coached, I've called plays on offense. I've called plays on defense. I've called plays on special teams. I've coached about every position to some extent. And that's basically my whole thing with football. Is I just know quite a bit about it. I love it. I love the game. I've had a lot of experience. I've met a lot of good coaches. I've seen a lot of good coaches. I've met them. Some of the best things I've seen. Do you know Tiger Base? I'm guessing that's a play out of a defense. I'm sure it's some scheme. I've not heard of it, but you need to have a show. I mean, I've kind of messed around here before doing scheme stuff on football, and there can probably be a time where we do drills. It's just kind of hard to, it's really hard to try to, post those videos during the season. So it'd be one of those things where we have to, change. It'd probably have to be something in the spring if I really wanted to do. Please never leave. At some point, I might have to get off here. No, Lyman HD. I don't know Northside Fort Smith coaches. I do not know them. I know of Fort Smith Northside. Don't know them. They're just never played them. Yeah, I don't know the coaches. Don't know them at all. So they probably wouldn't know me either, unless I did really know them. But I don't think I've actually met any of those guys. How do you stop face acne from the helmet? That's an interesting one. Face acne from the helmet. Make sure to try to. What I do sometimes after the season, when you kind of put the helmets up, but we obviously we recondition helmets. But if it doesn't have a liner, if the helmet doesn't have a liner, take a Clorox wipe, really any kind of like antibacterial wipe, and just wipe the inside liner of the helmet. Wipe the cheek pads, the jaw pads. Make sure to wipe those down. As far as helmets with liners like the Speed and the Speed Flex, I haven't really come up with a good solution to basically the sweat problem that those helmets get. Because I'm sure if any of you guys have the Speed Flex or Speed or 360 and they all have that liner inside, I'm sure you guys know at some point those things stink. And that's just all there is to it. Like eventually they stink. But I don't know. I've not come up with a better solution as far as smell and with the acne, but I know like basically when you think of acne, like you're getting bacteria into your pores and that's what creates the little pimples or whatever. So I would recommend if you're during the season, get acne, like keep some Clorox wipes inside your helmet, or not inside your helmet, but like after practice or for a couple of days, just wipe down the inside of your helmet. That'd probably be the best advice I would have. Somebody had, all right, Colin Kaepernick or Jay Cutler. I'd say Jay Cutler because he's been in the league for a lot longer. Colin Kaepernick, I think he's still trying to improve his game. I like how Colin Kaepernick plays. I liked watching him in college when he played at Nevada. I've got actually a lot of film of Colin Kaepernick on Huddle that I have. Just kind of some of the zone stuff that they did back in the Nevada days. I have a lot of cut-ups of his film, and that reminds me, I've got to look at some Seahawk film. I need to write that down. Anyway. Any other questions? I got to get to some videos tonight, guys, so hopefully I can post some videos by tomorrow and definitely have some more film because I've got a lot of stuff. Justin Simmons, I'm one sub away from 100. Can someone help me and give me one sub? Someone go subscribe to that boy. Somebody go out there and get him. Justin, I don't know if you do videos here on YouTube or if you do like like football videos. Like I'd be curious to know. Corey Savage, I hand wash my liner every 2 weeks. Learn how to take care of your helmet apart. Yeah. Now, for some of our players after the season, I didn't have a chance to take apart their helmets or anything after the season, but I would just put those liners in a 5-gallon bucket, put a little detergent in there, and just hand wash them. Like you said, you don't want to put those things through the washer and dryer. I've tried it before, didn't have anything happen, but it's not recommended, so I wouldn't do it. I just did it to honestly just test them because that's just what I want to do. Devin Slade, I'm football equipment. I wanted to buy those off you. I'm guessing that's you for the gloves. Like, I wasn't going to give them away, but I wasn't going to sell them. I'm looking for other things to sell. So honestly, you know, I've got other things. I just haven't posted anything on eBay in a long time. It's kind of dead. Any more questions for me? Because I'm going to go ahead and get off here in the next few minutes. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. I've been posting the top 5 gear items for different positions. I've worked on basically all the offensive positions except for offensive line. You know, that was kind of where we're at with that. Because I posted several little gear setups for basically all the positions that would need certain gear. I really got the video idea and, you know, just started rolling with it. Let me just kind of ask you guys what you think about this, since I've got quite a few viewers in here. But so if you think gear wise let me just say, because one thing that what would be, if you come up with your top 5 most necessary items for playing, say, defensive back, corners. I'm counting corners and safeties in the same category because basically they do the same thing. So we'll have 4 defensive categories. We'll have interior defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers, inside and outside, but it'll be one group of linebackers, and then the secondary. So there'll be 4 spots. And for the offensive side, we'll have 5 spots because we did quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, O-line. So I want to know defensive back because I just want some ideas, because I started writing down all the offensive stuff. I started working on D-line and linebackers because they're pretty similar to ones I've done. But I'm just curious to know what you guys would like to see me talk about as far as those things. Just because I never played defensive back. I've coached defensive backs, but, you know, what would be the top 5? Like, just let me give you an example. So for running backs, I was like, top 5 things running backs need. And just depending on your style of running back play, you either needed low or mid cleats, depending on that. You know, a football towel, padded football gloves, you know, like the super bads. I did a back plate and then a 5-pad girdle. And that was like the 5 things you needed, you know, to be able to play that. Sundell back plate. Everyone likes those. Yeah, I like them. Gloves, shoulder pads, leggings. I'm just curious, like, why would we need leggings? Like, I get that. Like, I wanted to, you know, I thought about compression wear, but, you know, I'm really looking for like gear items. Like, we gotta okay. So defensive backs, they gotta have low cleats. You know, they're basically matched up with receivers. So gloves, obviously, we can do the back plate. So that's 3 items. Back plate, back girdle. Defense players are going to need a girdle, probably more or less like a 3-pad girdle. I also did leggings for turf burn. Yeah, that is true. So I didn't really think about that. That's a good idea. We should do a video on turf because I've played on turf before. I'm a quarterback and I wear soccer cleats and a sleeve. Okay. So yeah, that's spat rat. Okay. So we had back plate, low cleats, receiver gloves for defensive back. We got our cleats. What would be two more things? For receivers, I put that. Let me just do my receiver one because that was the first one I did. They had gloves, football towel, the low cleats, 3-pad girdle. Oh yeah, 3-pad girdle before, and then you can see them here in this shot on Instagram, but it was the knee pads. The knee pad, like the smaller knee pads. Come here, Mocha. Come here, Mocha. Hello. Mocha makes her appearance on here. How are you? Did you want to see me? Have you missed me? You just wanted to see me. I haven't seen you in like an hour, Mocha. You want to see yourself? You want to see yourself? Look at the camera. Hey, look up here. Hey, look up there. You see yourself? You don't care. You're too busy about what's all up here. Anyway, Evo Shield thigh pads. I've not, you know, I did think about visors, but that was more like that's what I call swag gear. You know, like swag gear is like, you know, stuff that's more like aesthetic things that players would want, which we could put a visor on like all of these, but it's one of those things that like I like, but isn't necessarily always necessary for every situation. But, you know, we'll kind of like for linebacker, my idea was like, all right, linebackers, they're going to have like some padded receiver gloves, you know, like the super pads, and then they're going to have mid cleats, possibly neck roll, one of the Douglas butterfly restrictor things. And other things, you know, the girdles so like that would be, you know, another example of that. If y'all don't have anything else, take a McDavid forearm pad and cut the padding out to make an awesomely light and customized knee pad. McDavid makes like a knee pad insert that I've seen. It's kind of neat. I'd recommend those. I don't think I have anything to show you guys on that, but we'll get to that eventually. I think I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Thank you guys so much for us having a great live stream. You know, we had 37 viewers in here at one point, and you guys put in a total of 22 hours worth of video watch time. You guys had an average duration of 4 minutes per viewer, so that was pretty good. So it says we had 35 as our top, but I know at one point here it said 37 was our top. So thank you guys so much. Congratulate the winners. We'll be back next week with another one of these videos. So thank you guys so much, and chill Mocha. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.